Welcome back to another edition of Christopher's Kitchen, and today our thoughts are turning to warmer weather and one fantastic soup that's quite creative. It's called the chilled melon soup.
That's right, it is a chilled melon soup. It's sort of a Cayman Island, British West Indies style that I picked up. It is refreshing. It's a great summer dish by the pool or something. We're using a cantaloupe today, and I have a honeydew also, so I'm kind of doing two of them. I'm going to show you something about a cantaloupe. You know, we talked about this before, but you smell it on the outside. If you smell melon, it's ripe. If you don't smell melon, I would pick another one. Now also in this, a lot of people use a spoon, but unfortunately that cuts out a lot of the sweetness of the melon. So a lot of times I just like to use a very clean hand, clean finger, and just push the seeds out. Just kind of run my finger there and just push all those seeds out. All these, sometimes the little fibers in there and this really soft part of the melon, that is the sweetest part. Now that we have these all peeled, we're just going to do a very large dice on those so they blend easily in our blender. You can use a food processor also. We have our cantaloupe all diced up. I'm going to put that in our blender. Okay. Now I use a little Myers dark rum. I think that is the best to use. You could also use coconut rum, or I've got some coconut rum here you could use, or some Captain Morgan spice rum. That would be good too. I'm going to add a little sugar, or a lot of sugar, depending on how sweet the melon is. Have a little fresh lime. Here, just want to squeeze that in there. You need a little acidity here because it really make it not such a, like you blended a fruit tray after a party, you know, you got to have a little acidity there. So we just want to blend this up. You see that already has a creamy consistency, but, and it's odd because we just have, but that's what happens when you puree a melon. But I'm going to add just a touch of half and half in here, just to make it kind of velvety there, and give it a little bit of consistency. Okay, I'm just going to do that one more time, and I'm going to give that a little taste. Now, what you want to do at this point is put it in the refrigerator for at least an hour before you serve. It should be nice and chilled, and your bowls, go ahead and stick them in the freezer. So when you serve this, you're serving it ice cold. That's really the way it's best. Now, Mike, we're going to go ahead and serve this. Now, if you're doing this at home, you make sure you have a frozen bowl, like I said. This one is not, and make sure these are very chilled. Now, I just have them in little pour bottles like this. You could just use a little gravy sauce or something like that. It works best if you do it both at a time. Now I'm doing two flavors. I'm doing honeydew and cantaloupe at the same time. And you just want to pour them at about the same time so they stay separated. Okay, and they have a little design here, something like that. Okay, I did sort of a yin and a yang thing there. But you could serve this with a couple of lime wedges on the side there, or a little piece of mint in the middle, something like that. You might do a little bit of nutmeg on the side, something like that. It's a great little summer soup. Now that comes out and it looks good already, but it makes a nice cold, refreshing thing. Now you can taste the cantaloupe one first.
The cantaloupe, all right. All right.
Get a little bit of that rum.
That's nice.
It's almost like tasting a pina colada.
Yeah, it is. Got a little kick to it.
Got a little rum. Now that's not as cold. I didn't have time to chill that as much as I wanted to.
Right.
But the colder, the better on that. Now, it's just refreshing and light. And if you don't like it, put it back in the blender, put some tequila, make a margarita out of it. You know,
right.
Some salt. You know?
And then on the right side,
that's that honeydew. And you can kind of taste them together too. You taste them together right down the line there.
Right.
And they really complement each other.
Nice light summer dish.
Now, if you didn't want to serve that first, just because we call it a soup, doesn't mean you couldn't serve it for dessert.
Right.
As well. And you could, another creative idea, you could take a little tea pitcher, and freeze it, and put your melon soup in that and let everybody pour their own. And that'd be kind of fun too.
Yeah, nice creative idea there. In fact, and it is very light. I'm feeling like I need a French manicure right now. But that's,
there you go.
Part of the deal. All right. If you'd like to access this recipe on the website, you can do so by going to featured links on the food page at kbtx.com. All of our recipes for Christopher's Kitchen, including this great recipe for a light summer soup, is waiting for you right there. For Christopher Lampo, until next time, I'm Mike Wright.